the gate. There's Lake George, part of the 6-horse mutual field. Just a couple more to load. Citadine. Is that great horse?
He was owned by a very interesting character, Citadine. The guy who owned him was called Ivan Allen, and he was from Singapore. And he was a trainer in Singapore, and he was a gambling trainer. And so he raced a lot in England. He had a very good horse up there called Comanche Run. And I got to know him. And when we were in Newmarket, if he saw us, he'd invite us over for dinner and whatnot. And this horse was the last horse to make a run at Serena Song. He was up with the pace. And then Talking Man and Thunder Gulch came on.
All of those in Europe. All three rolls. The filly carries 5 pounds less. 126 for the males.
Today, you see the 2 gates there?
Yeah.
Today, there's only 1 gate. They have a new gate.
Afternoon Delights gets away quickly, and Serena's Song is expected on the outside. Along the inside, Wild Sin takes up the chase. Citadine in the middle of the racetrack as they passes for the first time. Serena's Song on the outside leads it. Wild Sin at the rail. The second, Citadine right there. Third, Talking Man. In tight quarters between horses, fourth. Pyramid Peak at the rail is fifth. Thunder Gulch a close up sixth. Afternoon Delight. 3 wide is seventh. And Jumron Racing a close up eighth. At the rail, Swamp Prospect saving ground in ninth. Then Lake George is 10th. Eltish is 11th. Gap of 2, Tejano Run is 12th. Dazzling Falls Race is 13th. On the outside, Timber Country is next. Then comes In Character.
You can see his awards
Ski Captain
go
is
there.
last. Jambalaya Jazz is second last. And at the back of the pack, that's Nakatoon 19th and last. Down the backstretch, it's still Serena's Song. Corey Nakatani aboard. He's trying to win this one. Glyer to Glyer. Wild Sin with Randy Romero on the outside. Then a wall of horses charging up. And Citadine, a long shot. Part of the mutual field is right there. Citadine takes up the chase and the challenge and moves on Serena's Song. But Corey Nakatani
Talking Man is on the rail there. And Thunder Gulch is just on the outside.
is in gear. On the inside,
I see him.
Cutters. On the outside, Thunder Gulch with the white blinkers. And
See, he's surprised.
has something to say about this derby as they turn for home.
They didn't mention him at all.
A mile to go.
They did once earlier.
Desperate to hang on between horses. Talking Man on the inside, but Thunder Gulch emerges with the lead. And Thunder Gulch with Gary Stevens takes the lead. Talking Man along the inside, and now here comes Tejano Run. And in the middle of the racetrack, it's Eltish along with Jumron. And down is Presley top of the derby. And here's the winner. It's Thunder Gulch. Lucas wins it.
At what point did you know that he was going to win?
At the top of the stretch.
The top of the stretch?
When they turned, and he went on the outside of the filly, and Talking Man came on the inside, and they started running together, and all of a sudden Talking Man had already run his race, and he'd been going like that. And Thunder Gulch was the first time he'd ever been in the lead, that big a lead. And it sort of grew up, and he says, this is what the game's all about. Oh.
So at top of the stretch, he was on the outside, but still, what position was
He
he?
was second, third. I mean,
Okay.
She was in between them, and he
And
was on that side.
before that, were you completely like, I don't know what's going to happen? Or were you like,
Oh
this
no,
is...
I loved his race. He
From
was
the
running-
beginning, you
he
loved
was
his
running fifth and sixth. He was set up there. She was running a tremendously fast race.
So from the get-go, you were like, this is on.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Yeah.
But then top of the stretch, you were like, this
See,
is going to
He
happen.
broke from the 16 hole, which was supposed to be bad. All the horses outside are not supposed
You're
to be
right.
different. And yet, he had nobody interfere with him, and he got up, and he was sixth going into the very first turn.
So as soon as he got out, he went straight up. He knew where he wanted to be.
Yeah. Well, Wayne had said to him, this horse doesn't want to be a deep closer, which Timber Country is his favorite horse, was a deep closer. And he got up for second or third, but never he was never a threat to Thunder Gulch.
Did you know Thunder Gulch would win by what, 2 lengths?
I knew he was going to win off because he got this lead and he kept going further.
But
and
did the how big his lead was getting kind of surprise you?
No, because like I said, it's all of a sudden he'd never been in the lead that much, and he'd always waited on horses because they were always sort of right by him, so he played with them. But this one, he got in the lead. He was 2 lengths in front, and nobody around.
So who were we with? Who was around us when we were watching?
Down in the winner's circle of the ordinary day. There was Dave and Connie and you and me, and then there was a Japanese film crew because they had a horse from Japan race, and a bunch of those people, and that's where we
watched.
Yeah.
So the 4 of us watched there. Why did we watch there?
We hadn't got the box we were supposed to have until late in the day, and we went down to see the horse being saddled. Well, we didn't want to get up to a box which might have been difficult to get down. So we chose to stay down there because you have a big TV in front of you anyway.
I was going to ask, is that what, and then did you know if he won that because we went straight across. We didn't have to walk anywhere else.
That's right.
So you were like, this is good because if he does win, we're going to be able to walk across really easily.
I never thought of that.
Okay.
I just
It felt like we were just kind of swept up because everyone started walking.
they've been rush across. They weren't walking.
But how come we were allowed to go?
Well, it's sort of like they don't know who's supposed to and who's not.
Okay.
And every Irishman and his wife was there, and they were all going to go over because Coolmore, being Irish, you know.
And then, did you want to go, or were you just like everyone else is going?
I wanted to go over. That was going to be something that you would never really experience necessarily ever again.
So you knew you would go if he won. You knew you would go to the circle. Why didn't Mom go?
She gave the ticket up so you could go.
Because she wanted me to have the experience. Oh, that's sweet. Okay.
It's photographed all around for the place and show spots. Gary Stevens, who won it with winning colors, wins it again. Michael Tabor, who was victorious in the winner's circle in Florida, now gets to go to the winner's circle in Churchill Downs on Derby Day.
I remember her.
That was his son, Ashley. And Ashley was sort of a teenager then, sort of quiet and shy. And horses isn't really his thing. But he has made a success of his life. He started buying up hotels and